And so we come to the finale of season 22, and it's the traditional finale, the SSL Cup final. These two teams have fought through knockout round after knockout round, and now it all comes to a head. Unio Sao Paulo and Hollywood FC. Who will win the cup? Hello, everyone. I'm Metafiction, and I am joined today by Summerstood.
Hello there, everyone. And yes, this has been a rivalry that has been brewing since the past season, season 21 onwards, where Hollywood clinched the Majors title last season, but União Sao Paulo beat Hollywood in last season's SSL Cup final, clinching the SSL Cup last season as well. This time around, it's just been reversed so far. União Sao Paulo have won the Majors so far this season, and so let's see what happens in this game. Will Hollywood finally get their SSL Cup off of their long rebuild from season 15 onwards? Or will it be Sao Paulo who will be clinching their three-peat?
This would be a huge cup win for Sao Paulo, having finally, after so many seasons of first futility and then simply just falling short at the final hurdle, finally clinching the SSL Major Division. Can they go one step further and complete the double? We're about to find out as we are underway. It's Hollywood with the ball currently, going left to right in the navy blue that they are so accustomed to wearing.
Wisen with the ball, but Ben Nelson snatches it. Beautiful interception there by the Sao Paulo midfielder.
I would suggest that Sao Paulo might have a bit of an advantage in midfield, but they've got to avoid getting it to the forwards, otherwise it's over. And just as I say that, Ali Dia opening the scoring for Hollywood.
I mean, who better to score the first goal for Hollywood than their manager Ali Dia himself? It's not even been 10 minutes. It's just been 2 minutes of play so far. And Hollywood struck with the first goal. With the first shot on target. So after 3 minutes, folks, it's Hollywood FC 1, União Sao Paulo nil.
And it was a heck of a goal, too. A nicely delivered cross, and the header absolutely spot on in the top corner. No way the keeper could get to that. Even a keeper as skilled as Aguilera was always going to struggle. And it is a wonderful opening goal. And now Hollywood potentially making it 2 here. Here's another cross. This time it's dealt with by the defender. I believe that was Peixoto. Still on the attack, though, are the lights. Here's Cormier. And Rubio deals with it.
As we were saying, both the teams have something to play for in this finals. It's a three-peat for Sao Paulo, but at the same time, for Hollywood, this has been the only trophy that has eluded them so far. As if you remember correctly, last season Hollywood FC did win the Majors Championship, and their minors team as well won theirs last season as well.
It's one of those finals that really brings the importance of the cup to these teams into sharp relief. Just it is not secondary silver. It is a prize in and of itself that is worth winning, and both these teams know that, and both these teams coming out swinging. It's exactly what you love to see here in the SSL.
Agreed. That being said, though, Sao Paulo slowly building up from the back. Hold on now. Tries finding Rubio. Julian Rubio.
You have to
Smart
think you have to think Rubio was looking to cut it back to Nelson, was wide open in the center now. As it stands, though, it's a corner kick. Cotswold's delivery. There's a header battle in the box, still going, now dealt with, and now Brooks trying to get on the break, but a bit of a cynical foul, you have to say, from Sao Paulo.
Slaphead was lucky there not to get booked.
Nevertheless, Sao Paulo resuming their attack. Here is De Groot. Still up, focusing up that far flank. Kirkpatrick forward to Cotswold. Worked into the box, but ultimately cleared.
And looks like a Hollywood counter attack is on.
Now here's Hunt playing the 1-2. Some very good passing by Hollywood, and Martell makes it 2.
What are we seeing here, folks? It's Hollywood FC at their prime, at their best, and União Sao Paulo have just been left speechless with the counter attack that the Hollywood FC players have committed so far. What a This was a textbook definition of a counter attack, and boy oh boy, Hollywood now lead by 2-0.
And that just shows you the precision passing that Hollywood can really unleash when they're in full song. Just a series of one-touch passes that completely unlock that Sao Paulo defense. And now the Brazilian side with a lot to do to come back into this one. Hollywood 2-0 up before even 15 minutes.
Cotswold trying to find Peixoto there, but unfortunately. Hashimoto now finds the Groot. Tries passing it back to Hashimoto, but a clean tackle there by the Hollywood defender.
Continuing the pressure is Sao Paulo with another corner kick. It's been a little over 5 minutes since that second Hollywood goal. They are pushing to try and close this gap a little bit. Hashimoto back out wide. Challenged by Dia, but it's still with Sao Paulo. Forced back a bit though. Now Peixoto carrying it forward.
The Hollywood FC players are really staying compact so that the Sao Paulo attackers don't see any spaces to attack in the middle.
It's a strong defensive strategy, and it's pretty wise. They're already up 2-0. They know that defending this lead should be priority one. But here is a potential test for that. Sao Paulo was coming forward, but Hollywood doing well to snuff out that counter.
Kanye now. Hashimoto now. Making a run on the left. Beautifully punched there by Walrussen.
And how many times do we see a punch like that go awry in real life? As Cotswold snuffs that attack out as well. That punch looked like, if there had been a Sao Paulo player in the vicinity, that could have been disastrous, but as it was, really well-directed punch there by the keeper, Duncan Walrussen.
I mean, the experience clearly shows itself. The
Without a
amount of
doubt.
time, exactly, right? Because Walrussen has been an experienced player for Hollywood so far. And the experience clearly shows itself.
There really is a certain freedom that a team experiences when they have a safe pair of hands in net, and Hollywood fully experiencing that too. Take nothing away from the Sao Paulo goalkeeper, Aguilera, certainly a solid goalkeeper in their own right. But Walrussen did have that great punch there, and so far is keeping the clean sheet.
Certainly are.
Not without attempts from Sao Paulo, though. Here's Hashimoto. And looked like was trying to cut it inside. It is deflected behind for another corner kick.
Another corner kick. That is being taken by Cotswold. The group now finds Mulder. Mulder hits it. But what a save there by Walrussen. Doesn't let go of the ball. Smart goalkeeping there.
It looked like a little bit of speed got scrubbed off from a deflection, but that should take nothing away from that save. A beautiful diving effort. Walrussen may be called into action here again as another couple of corners coming in. Sao Paulo with a lot of set pieces so far, but unable to make any of them really count.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, you only win matches by scoring goals, and that has been the only problem of União Sao Paulo players today. As if you see right now in the XG charts, União Sao Paulo are currently leading Hollywood FC despite them scoring 2 goals.
That tells you two things. Number one, the clinical finishing of those two Hollywood goals, scoring from really low percentage chances, but also the fact that Sao Paulo have really been trying to take it to Hollywood, but Hollywood has been able to have an answer for pretty much everything. Not they're giving away corners, but they're not giving away goals. And I think given the choice, you'd take giving away corners every time.
100%. This time the Calderon tries cutting it, but looks like it's a penalty, is it?
The referee's given it. VAR is checking. It looked like it was right on the borderline. No penalty.
And indeed it was. Wasn't inside the penalty box. So after the first 45 minutes of this beautiful match, it's Hollywood FC that lead by 2 goals to nil. Look at the shots taken here. That itself reflects uh, the masterful defensive performance by both set of teams.
It really is fascinating, these types of matches. Sao Paulo have peppered the defense with shots, but you saw there only 2 on target. They need to do better in the second half, getting those shots on target, forcing Walrusen to make those saves. He's a good keeper, but eventually he's going to find one that he just can't get to. If Sao Paulo can get a few more shots on target, they have a very good chance of coming back into this.
100% agreed. Even more so because of the sheer quality that Sao Paulo attacks, the attackers of Sao Paulo possess. But nonetheless, it is Hollywood FC that is leading right now, and another beautiful save there by Aguilera the third, courtesy of a beautiful shot there from your closer.
And that header from Dia over the bar this time did score the first goal for Hollywood, but unable to this time. And as you alluded to, Summer, at the top of the broadcast, these two teams no love lost between one another. They were title rivals last season, and then this season, Hollywood once again in the title mix with Sao Paulo and Reykjavik. I would argue that both these teams are. This might be one of the budding rivalries in the SSL. These two teams, every time they, every time they show up against each other on the pitch, it's gonna be a show.
100%.
Cormier now forward. Here's Mograine for Hollywood. Hashimoto trying to track. Closing down well. Closa trying to find a teammate, but it's just Rubio. Although losing out, and the shot there from Calderon just gets it completely wrong.
And so far, Hollywood certainly has been dominating in the second half.
They've had a lot
The
brighter start to this second half than they did the first half, for sure, which is weird to say considering they're up 2-0, but they do seem to have taken the front foot on this one.
in Sao Paulo hasn't even had a shot so far in the second half. That 2 goal cushion, the confidence of having that 2 goal cushion, certainly shows up here. It. I
Absolutely.
agree that I always agree that a 2 goal lead is always the most dangerous goal. I mean, the a 2 goal lead is always the most dangerous uh, lead present here in this game of football. But at the same time, if you're a team as confident as Hollywood FC is right now, that certainly becomes a 2 goal cushion.
And that's going to be another corner kick. Kirkpatrick getting it away from Brooks, probably on balance the better option. But on the flip side of that, União Sao Paulo certainly hoping to get at least one goal before the break, weren't able to do that. It's possible that has had a bit of a negative impact on their morale. And the longer that they go without scoring, the less likely it is that they can come back. And that's got to be weighing on their mind as well.
In 100%, uh, União Sao Paulo has never been the same after that match day 19 loss to Schwarzwalder FP. And they need to be stronger mentally in these sort of matches because
I would
It was
suggest that the fact that they did win the SSL Major Division this season, I would imagine that helps a little bit, but that is it is certainly one of those things that you have to wonder at what point does that at what point does that become an ingrained cultural thing? Certainly going to be certainly still a lot of time in this match, but we'll have to see how they react with only 20 or so minutes left to play.
Calderon with yet another Hollywood corner this second half. Fantastic save there by Aguilera the third.
It was another fizzing header by Dia. This time, though, Aguilera was able to keep it out. And Gagne with a long shot, and that does force a save out of Walrusen. I believe this is the first, or one of the first, corners for Sao Paulo this half.
Certainly is. The group now finding Hashimoto. Kirkpatrick to head. And yet another Walrusen save. Sao Paulo are slowly finding their groove in the second half. And all they need is just one goal to get back into this match.
Trying to reset a little bit now. Their initial attack rebuffed, but not giving up the fight yet. Cotswold with the forward pass to Groot. Now Hashimoto. Another bit of one-touch passing, this time from Sao Paulo. Ultimately having to force back to the halfway line. And it really didn't get enough credit this season. That Hollywood defense has been pretty rock solid today. Certainly going with a mirroring three at the back formation of Sao Paulo. Both of these sides obviously known for their talent, but I think what's happening is Hollywood is winning the battle in the back line. They're keeping Sao Paulo from getting too many shots off in this second half, and lower volume means lower percentage of scoring.
And this is where the experience itself shows itself. The Hollywood defense, at least when you compare it with Sao Paulo, are a bunch of experienced set of players. Certainly in comparison with Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo winning the ball back and will have a free kick after that foul by Pete Martell, one of the goal scorers for Hollywood. Hashimoto delivers it from deep, and that's headed right at Walrusen.
I mean, you couldn't do much more than that. Okay, now Gagne intercepts it. Again, the possession is back with the Hollywood players, with Calderon passing it to Brooks. Passes it back to Calderon. Back to Hefeweizen. Hercule Hefeweizen now trying to find Ali Dia. And in the end, Calderon just wasn't able to take the shot properly.
At the start of this match, I had posited that Sao Paulo might have the stronger midfield presence and that Hollywood would have to play around that, and they certainly have, but here is Mulder here for Sao Paulo to the end line, and it falls to Chef Gagne!
And Sao Paulo have taken one goal back. What a move there by Gagne, who spotted Skovgard napping. And all he had to do was hit the ball hard into the Hollywood FC net. And the deficit is now just one goal. If Sao Paulo can continue this, they certainly can force this match into extra time.
The question is, have they left themselves enough time, less than 10 minutes to play, to get that second goal? And you can imagine Hollywood is going to be very keen to shut up shop, although nearly falling for Rubio and then de Groot there. That chance, if one of those players had gotten onto the end of it, that would have been the equalizer right there, I'm sure of it.
100%. But at the same time, that shows the sheer quality of the Hollywood defense.
Corner in from Sao Paulo, back out to de Groot. Cotswold still with it. De Groot with a shot from range, and that goes wide. And I think that defensive action leading up to the corner shows how Hollywood have been able to win this defensive battle, knowing that less is more. They don't need these flying, crunching tackles. They just need to put a foot in exactly the right place to break up the passing lanes, and they've done that with great effect today.
De Groot again, but unfortunately for De Groot, that was a wild shot.
Less
Just
than a
one more
minute
minute.
before added time. Sao Paulo really needing to get the ball up the other end of the pitch, but here is Hollywood looking to put this away, but Closa with no velocity behind that.
And as well shoot straight to Aguilera there.
Still Hollywood with possession. They've had the bulk of possession today, if memory serves. Calderon in the box, but Cotswold with a very good block.
Cotswold now, making a run. Finding De Groot now. De Groot finds Molda. But Mograine clears the ball away easily.
And again, if Mulder brings that into possession and can take a proper shot, there's a very good chance that was an equalizer as well. So many near misses here for Sao Paulo, as the fourth official indicates 2 minutes of added time.
Sao Paulo getting desperate now. Gagne takes a shot and forces a save out of Walterson.
Wasn't quite on target, but does draw the contact, and now one more chance here for Sao Paulo. Less than a minute of added time left. Cotswold sends it near post, headed up into the air by Hefeweiss, and De Groot gets to it. And Martel clears. Hollywood
Peixoto
seconds
now.
away from their SSL Cup victory.
Cotswold tries to dribble it, but looks like that's it.
And the lights are shining on the SSL stage today as Hollywood takes home the SSL Cup by a score of 2-1.
Deserved victors in this match. Hollywood FC. I mean, the way they showed their defensive composure throughout the 90 minutes, they certainly deserve winning the SSL Cup this time.
As they hoist the trophy, it's been a fantastic match, a well-deserved win. They even though they didn't quite match up to the XG pace of Sao Paulo in the early stages, clinical finishing and pitch-perfect defending making the difference today. What more can you say? A well-deserved victory for Hollywood. Credit to Sao Paulo for hanging in there and fighting tooth and nail to the last, but Hollywood, I think, were just the better team today.
They certainly were. And finally, Hollywood FC also win their SSL Cup for the first time. And so, this was the only missing trophy in the cabinet. And who better to win it against than the two-time defending champions of this cup, União Sao Paulo?
It certainly was a final for the record books, one of the most exciting finals I've seen in a long time, and a fitting capper to what has been an excellent season 22. Well, thank you so much for joining us today for what has been a great cup final, and thank you for joining us all season for season 22 of the Simulation Soccer League. The draft will be soon in about, I want to say, close to a week, and then after that, we hope you'll join us again for the first matches of season 23. That'll be soon. Until then, this has been Metafiction.
And I am Samastard. Thank you and have a great day.
Take care, everyone.